Yes. Welcome back, people. This is CC, and you're watching CC Sports Now. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section. Yeah, man, we are going to touch on the Reggae Boys coaching job. And all rumors quashed, everything has been settled, and Steve Mclaren has been the successful manager to land the job. I think this is a good fit for us in given the collection of players that we have and the conditions under which we are going to try to qualify. As you know, Mexico, US, Canada is not in the qualification right now, and some would say the qualification is up in the air in terms of it's wide open. The gates are flung wide open. So I think we should take advantage of this opportunity. Looking at Steve Mclaren in terms of some of the highlights that I think should be noted for him. He would have been a coach at Derby County in his early years, and he would have assisted them in getting promotion to the league. And after which he would have left and gone to Manchester United, which at the time he would have championed video analysis and sports psychologist, and in that period, he was touted as one of the brightest minds or most tactical, astute coaches in England, or English coaches in England. So that shows you the type of guy we are working with. So from early in his career, he's always thinking about modernizing his game, up in his coaching acumen, right? After which he left and took up an head coaching job with Middlesbrough and became the first English manager since Brian Robson in 1996 to win a major title, which is a Football League Cup. And he also went to the UEFA Cup final. I think 2 games after that, he led his team to some 4-goal comeback, right? But they lost the final. But he was the first English manager to make a Europe final since 1984. He went on to further success at FC20, where in his first season he would have led them to a Dutch Cup final and would have led the side to a second place finish, and also the round of 16 in the UEFA Cup. And then in the next season now, he would have went on to win the trophy, which is the Eredivisie, and that's the only Eredivisie title that FC20 would have won, and also made a next run in the UEFA Cup. At the time, Eric Ten Hag, who is current manager of Manchester United, would have been his assistant at that time, because Eric Ten Hag would have just been making his rounds into foray into coaching. So some persons will see Steve Mclaren being the assistant to Eric Ten Hag, but didn't know that the relationship started from back when he was in FC20, and even coaching in the Netherlands. That's something that and being successful is not a lot of English coaches that have done that in terms of going overseas and being successful. I think Bobby Robson would have been one who would have been successful, and then Steve McLaren, I think he even mentioned that he got some advice from Bobby Robson when he was going overseas. So as you are aware, he won in England in terms of the League Cup. He went overseas and won a title of a top 7 league in the world, and I think all of those things make him a viable candidate and make him someone who I think can carry us to the promised land, which is World Cup 2026 qualification. So all in all, I just think the right man in terms of all the names that we would have heard, all of the names that were serious candidates, and some even names where people have as speculation. I think the right person at this point in time would have landed the job. Mr. Speed said it is a 2.5-year contract, so that takes us up to qualifying for the World Cup and then making some plans after the World Cup. And I think it's a pretty good deal in terms of where we are at and the objectives needed to be met at hand. Even with him adapting in Jamaica, I think when he was at Derby in 2013, there was a player named Simon Dawkins who would have came on loan at the time and would have impressed him somewhat, and he wanted to sign the player, and he got that player to sign on a permanent deal in that period of time. Do you know why I mentioned that player? That player came and played for Jamaica in 2014. So in the period that he was managing Derby County, his first signing was a player that switched allegiance because he was born in England, switched allegiance, born in England with Jamaican descent, and came to play for Jamaica. So in that period of time, the first player that he signed at Derby County was a Jamaican national, basically. And so he would have had brief stint where he'd have coached and managed a player who would have played for the Jamaican national team. And he would have even had different interactions with persons of the Jamaican setup in terms of when he was technical advisor on the ECO project with FIFA, he would have had certain interactions with members of the JFF and things. So I think he have some level of familiarity in terms of the environment and in terms of the personnels. So with all that being said, I just think that we should just support the coach, support the team, and just go ahead and watch the games. September 6th, we have Cuba in the National Stadium. And I think with the coach now in, we just need to get in a few of the players over the line. The Mason Greenwoods, the Morgan Gibbs White. If we can get even a Morgan Gibbs White, that would be very, very great for us. But all in all, I think the right man has get the job. Steve Mclaren, big up yourself. I don't know. Welcome to Jamaica. And we just know that get the job done. That's all we're looking at. Getting the job done. Carry us over the line, bring us to World Cup qualification. And I believe with this squad and just a few more tweaks, this is going to be a hot take, people. We should get to the second round of the 2026 World Cup. You hear what I say? With this coach, with couple additions, we're not just going to qualify. We should get to the second round of the 2026 World Cup. Just remember that. This was another episode in CC Sports Lab. Just remember to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section. Big up on yourself.